Access main program. Access main security. Hold on to your butts. Welcome to a review of Jurassic World. Hey everybody, I'm here today to talk about Jurassic World. Jurassic World is the long-awaited sequel to Jurassic Park and the Jurassic Park franchise. It's been in development for 14 years now, since Jurassic Park 3 in 2001. The story is about John Hammond's vision finally coming into play, where Jurassic Park is now a theme park attraction for thousands of people from all around the world to come visit and see all the various dinosaurs across the island. Various ways of riding through a gerbil ball, watching a swimming dinosaur popping up and eating sharks, riding jeeps and monorails to look around at the island and the surroundings and all that stuff. And it's all run by Claire, played by Bryce Dallas Howard, whose two nephews come to visit along with the other visitors, and she also has a man named Owen Grady, who is a raptor trainer and the go-to guy to handle certain things with the dinosaurs. And you also got Vincent D'Onofrio as a private military firm who I guess is InGen and is very greedy and eager to get his hands on the stuff in Jurassic World. But despite the large numbers of people coming to visit Jurassic World, Claire decides to have their genetic team create a new dinosaur in order to bring more attendees from across the world, known as an Indominus Rex, a hybrid dinosaur. Unfortunately, it breaks out and starts wreaking havoc along the island. Sound familiar? Yes. Is it anything new? Of course not. But is the movie good? Is it a good time? I say yes. Now, anyone who doesn't know me, I really love the first Jurassic Park. It's a classic. I mean, Steven Spielberg made it. It's an excellent movie, and I can watch it so many times and it never gets old. The second one, The Lost World, I actually like The Lost World. It's not as good as the first, but I appreciate how different Spielberg tried to make it in comparison to the first one. He did a similar thing with Temple of Doom after he was following it up with Raiders of the Lost Ark. Jurassic Park 3, directed by Joe Johnston, not really that good. It's serviceable at best, but I wouldn't say it's terrible. It's just kind of blah. Even though it is nice to see Sam Neill back as Dr. Alan Grant in that movie. So I've been waiting for this movie for a long time, but as time went on from Jurassic Park 3, it was a project that had been long in development, that to the point where I just really didn't want to see it. I didn't really care if it was being made or not. I just figured, if it's not made, I really don't care. I always have the first one and the second one to go back to. And when they finally announced it was being made, I just thought, okay. It's been so long that I thought, is it really going to be that amazing? Probably not. But can it be a good time? I'm hoping it will be. Because with something like Jurassic Park or anything that was famous back in the day, like Spider-Man, Batman, or Star Wars, and just to name a few, it's hard to live up to the one that really started the whole thing because he got so many audience expectations. Though as we got closer to the release date, I warmed up to it a little bit more, and I was really excited to see it, but I wasn't really expecting it to be an amazing experience. And I just saw the movie a couple hours ago with a buddy of mine, and I came out of it not hating it. I actually ended up liking it more than I thought I would. That being said, though, there are some things wrong with it, but I'll get to that in a minute. But the positives, this movie has a lot of impressive things about it. I mean, the cast is very good. Chris Pratt, you are awesome. And if you are going to be Indiana Jones, you have my approval, because he really sells it here. He's great with the action, he's got the great comedic timing, but he's also got that gruffness that Indiana Jones would have. And the whole thing with him training the raptors, or being their leader essentially, at first I thought, what is up with that? How are they going to explain that? The movie does a really good job of handling that. I mean, see for yourself, it's pretty awesome to see. Bryce Dallas Howard, I've always liked Bryce Dallas Howard, although I kind of got tired of her playing a bitch type of character in The Help and 50-50. She's really good at it, but I hate to have to see her play that kind of character all the time. But I like the direction that she goes in this movie. She goes from kind of being a bitch to being a good person. I'm just going to leave it there. Vincent D'Onofrio's character is essentially a bit of a cartoon character, but in a kind of a fun way. He's very greedy. He wants to have things his own way, control the park. You get the idea. The two kids that are in the movie, I don't know the actors' names. They were fine. They weren't really that great, but, you know, they did what they could, and I thought they did it very well, and it's cool to see the young kid from Iron Man 3 in here. But also the scope of this movie, it felt very reminiscent to the original film by Spielberg, and it's directed by Colin Trevorrow, I'm sorry, I don't know his name, who made a movie called Safety Not Guaranteed, which I have not seen. But the camera work and the scope and the whole feel of this movie, it's really impressive, and there were so many shots in here where it brought me back to being a kid, watching Jurassic Park, playing with dinosaurs, listening to the music, which, by the way, Michael Giacchino's score is excellent. And the way he incorporates John Williams' original theme into the score, oh man, I loved that. And just bear with me. Da-na-na, da-na, da-na, da-na-na, da-na-na. God, that music is so amazing. I could listen to that forever. And the dinosaurs are really cool to look at too. The raptors look pretty good. The Indominus Rex, not going to really spoil anything about her origin. It is a she. Or a he. I mean, whatever you want to call it. That's a really cool dinosaur. Let me just say that. I'm not going to say anything else except for there were a couple times when that dinosaur sneaks up on you. I was actually gripping my seat going, oh boy, this is going to be bad. And that's a credit to the director. There's a lot of cleverly directed suspense-driven thrills, which are very reminiscent of the original Jurassic Park, building the tension and suspense from hiding from certain dinosaurs like the raptors in the kitchen. Very well done, Colin. Very well done. And there's also a couple of nods to the original film. If you're very familiar with it, you'll see why, and you'll be able to pick up on them as I did. Not to spoil anything, but there was a couple of times where I just went, oh, I know what that is. I know what that is. Oh, I like that. I know exactly what that is. And the dinosaur that swims in the water, I don't know the dinosaur's name, but that was really cool too. It doesn't have a whole lot of screen time, but when it makes its appearance on screen, it makes quite an impression. And like I said with Chris Pratt, having great comedic timing, there's some really funny lines in here, mostly from Chris Pratt and his interplay with Bryce Dallas Howard's character. There's a little bit of a romance there, but thankfully it's not so on the nose. With that being said though, the movie definitely has some flaws, mainly the script. There's a few cliches in here, and there's a couple times where it emulates the first Jurassic Park movie a little too much, and it's a bit predictable at times. You kind of know where it's going, but I kind of expected that to be the case anyway. But probably the biggest thing for me was not so much the cliches, even though they did kind of make me go, alright, I know where this is going, was the CGI. It looked so too obvious. There is more detail put into it, I will say, and it does look really good. I'm not saying it's bad, and I know you can't do everything practically, because that's just impossible. But if you're gonna do CGI like this, at least make it look realistic and feel like it's actually existing in the world. Because with certain shots where you see a Stegosaurus and a Parasaurolophus, or an Ankylosaurus walking around, or a baby Triceratops, and even the adult Triceratops, looking at them I just go, yeah, that's CGI. They're not really there. They're just computer generated. But the detail on the Indominus Rex were really cool too. Overall, Jurassic World, not the most mind-blowing experience, but it's a very worthwhile sequel. But what does your guys say on Jurassic World? Did you like it? Did you hate it? Did you think it was okay? Let me know what you think down below, and until next time, hold on to your butts.